North Korea, a name that evokes secrecy, mystery, and a profound sense of isolation from the rest of the world. It's a country more myth than destination, rarely visited and even more rarely understood, shrouded in stories and speculation. Most people only glimpse it through parades on TV, where military might and choreographed unity are on full display. Or they see stern headlines and news reports, content to keep their distance and let the mystery remain unsolved. Yet, a select few outsiders are allowed in each year, offered a tightly controlled window into this enigmatic world, always under watchful eyes. The decision to visit is fraught with questions. What will you see? Is it ethical to go? What stories will you bring back? What's real and what's staged? How much of what you witness is genuine, and how much is carefully orchestrated for your benefit? The invitation, when it comes, feels more like a summons to a performance than a warm welcome, an entry ticket to a world of appearances. You're not there to explore freely, but to witness a version of North Korea crafted specifically for foreign eyes, every step guided and monitored. The journey is less about comfort and more about observation, an attempt to peel back, if only slightly, the layers of one of the world's most enduring enigmas, always aware of the limits placed upon you. You pack with trepidation and curiosity, knowing you're about to step into a world few outsiders ever see, and that every moment will be both revealing and restricted. The journey begins in the mind, with the quiet realization that you're about to witness something extraordinary, an experience that will challenge your perceptions and linger long after you return home. The flight from Beijing to Pyongyang feels like crossing into another era, as if you're leaving behind the familiar world and entering a place frozen in time. The Air Koryo plane itself is a relic from decades past, with its worn-out seats and retro design. The in-flight magazines are filled with images and stories of the supreme leaders, offering a glimpse into the country's unique worldview before you even land. Passengers, North Korean officials, Chinese businessmen, and a handful of nervous Westerners share silent glances, all aware that this is no ordinary journey. There's a quiet tension in the air, a sense of anticipation mixed with uncertainty. Arrival at Sunan International Airport is eerily calm and meticulously controlled, with every step choreographed and watched. Immigration is intense, your phone is checked, your documents scrutinized, and your belongings carefully inspected. The process is slow and deliberate, emphasizing the seriousness of your entry. It's your first taste of the state's authority, a reminder that you are now under constant observation. Outside, your guides greet you, polite, professional, and ever watchful. They introduce themselves with practiced smiles, but their eyes never stop scanning. From this moment, your independence vanishes. Every move is monitored, every conversation potentially overheard. You are never truly alone. The drive into Pyongyang reveals wide, empty roads, pastel apartment blocks, and a city devoid of commercial clutter. There are no billboards or neon signs, just order and uniformity. Instead of ads, murals, and posters, celebrate revolutionary ideals and the nation's leaders, their faces and slogans dominating the cityscape. The city feels like a living museum, preserved in a different era, where every building and street corner tells a story from the past. You sense you're not just visiting a place but stepping into a carefully maintained narrative, where every detail is curated for your eyes. The stage is set, and you are both audience and participant, drawn into a world that is as much performance as it is reality. In North Korea, every tourist's path is tightly controlled. You're never alone. Your guides are constant companions, gatekeepers to every experience. Any request to stray from the itinerary is politely denied. Photography is allowed only where permitted. Images of hardship or the military are strictly off limits. Your camera is checked, and forbidden photos are deleted. Interactions with locals are staged and scripted, with real conversations out of reach. Even questions about personal lives are deflected back to official narratives. The result is a golden cage. You're treated well, but freedom is an illusion. You can look, but not explore, ask, but rarely get a true answer. The environment is designed to present a flawless image, a Potemkin village on a national scale. The tension between what you see and what's hidden is ever present. You're left constantly questioning what's real. Pyongyang is a city of grand design, built to impress. Streets are spotless, buildings arranged with precision, and not a scrap of litter in sight. The architecture blends Soviet brutalism with Korean aesthetics, monumental, imposing, and pastel-colored. The city feels staged, as if built for parades rather than daily life. There's an eerie quiet, no honking, no music, just the hum of patriotic songs from public speakers. Up close, cracks in the paint reveal the effort needed to maintain this facade. Portraits of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il are everywhere, their presence inescapable. The cult of personality is palpable. Guides speak of the leaders with near religious reverence. Pyongyang is less a city than a shrine to its rulers, designed to make the individual feel small. The city's perfection is a performance, and you're always aware of the audience you're meant to be. It's political theater on a grand scale. North Korea's landmarks are monuments to its revolutionary story. At Mansu Hill, you bow before towering statues of the leaders, flowers in hand, a ritual of respect, not choice. The Pyongyang Metro, with its ornate stations and mosaics, is a showcase of socialist pride, but your journey is limited and always supervised. The Juche Tower stands as a granite symbol of self-reliance, offering panoramic views of the city's symmetry and control. Guides explain Juche philosophy, emphasizing independence from foreign influence. Museums and performances, like the Arirang Mass Games, reinforce the narrative of strength and victory. Every site is part of a carefully constructed story, with history presented as triumph over adversity. As a visitor, you're a passive recipient, left to wonder about the untold stories. The monuments are impressive, but their message is unyielding. You sense the gaps between what's shown and what's hidden. The contrast between the official tour and the rare, fleeting glimpses of real life is striking and sometimes jarring. Days are spent wandering through grand museums and restaurants designed for foreigners, isolated in hotels like the Yanggakdo, where the outside world feels distant and unreachable. This is the North Korea of abundance and order, a place that feels almost like a film set after the actors have left, immaculate but strangely hollow. But from the bus window, reality peeks through. Men pushing a broken truck, an old woman gathering weeds for food, children playing in worn clothes on dusty streets. These fleeting moments reveal resilience and struggle beneath the polished surface, hinting at the daily challenges faced by ordinary people. One evening, a guide quietly admits she enjoys simple walks with her family, an unscripted human moment that feels both rare and precious in this controlled environment. Behind the uniforms and rehearsed speeches are individuals with private hopes and dreams, each carrying their own stories and silent wishes for the future. These glimpses linger in your mind, creating empathy and a sense of cognitive dissonance that is hard to shake. You see both the grandeur and the hardship, the beauty and the sadness, all existing side by side in a complex, layered reality. The real story is found in these unscripted moments, not in the carefully curated monuments or official narratives. You're left feeling like a voyeur, separated by politics, circumstance, and invisible barriers that keep lives apart. The humanity you witness is both moving and unsettling, leaving a lasting impression that challenges your assumptions. It's these small truths, these quiet moments of authenticity, that stay with you long after you leave. Silence in North Korea is more than absence of noise. It's a presence. In museums, hotels, and streets, the quiet feels imposed, amplifying every small sound. Amidst this, you learn to listen for whispers, unofficial stories that slip through the cracks. At a farm, an old man silently gestures to his private vegetable patch, a quiet act of individuality. Sometimes guides let slip small confessions. A junior guide admits to liking Titanic, a forbidden Western film. These moments are fleeting, but they reveal curiosity and a desire for connection. They're like wildflowers in concrete, small, resilient, and precious. The official narrative is unyielding, but these whispers offer a counterpoint. They remind you that the human spirit endures, even in the most controlled environments. These silent stories are the most authentic souvenirs you can take home. They don't change the reality, but they add depth to your understanding. In a land of fictions, these fragments of truth matter most. In North Korea, you're always watched, by guides, staff, and even the ever-present portraits, but you're also watching, turning daily life into a spectacle. The dynamic is uncomfortable. Your presence is both intrusion and curiosity. You wonder about the people you see. Are their smiles real? Are they happy? Children perform with astonishing skill, but their perfection feels rehearsed, their smiles fixed. You question what their lives are really like behind the performance. Leaving North Korea is surreal. As the plane lifts off, the city shrinks below, and you're left with a jumble of images and emotions. Relief at returning to freedom is mixed with sadness for those left behind. The experience lingers, a weight you carry long after you're gone. The gaze, both given and received, is hard to shake. You leave, but the questions remain. Visiting North Korea leaves you with more questions than answers. It's a place of contradictions, neither the caricature of the media nor the utopia of its propaganda. Beauty and sadness coexist, as do resilience and constraint. You're presented with one official truth, but collect many small, personal truths along the way. The hope for change lies not in dramatic upheaval, but in small acts of connection. A smuggled film, a quiet conversation. Every interaction is a tiny bridge, challenging the narratives on both sides. The lesson is empathy, to look beyond headlines and see the humanity in unexpected places. The world is vast and complicated, and understanding comes from listening to both whispers and shouts. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep reaching out. In these connections, we find our shared humanity.